Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm showing you the absolute best method to clone eFootball multiple times on your Android device using an amazing app called Cloniq. You won't find this app on the Play Store, so be sure to check the link in the video description below to download Cloniq, along with the link for the required data files. If you've used standard cloning apps before, you've definitely run into the dreaded download failed error. It's incredibly frustrating when the clone game refuses to download its necessary files, leaving you stuck. Today I'll show you exactly how Cloniq fixes this forever. First, make sure you have the Cloniq app fully installed. When opening it, grant the All Files access permission so it can properly manage its isolated sandboxes. Next, tap that plus icon, select eFootball from your app list, name this first clone eFoot1, and hit install. Now, let me show you the actual problem firsthand. When we open this newly created clone, it tries to launch, but boom, you get hit with the download failed screen. This happens because the cloner doesn't have access to the original game's massive data files. But don't worry, with Cloniq we have a simple built-in fix. Here's exactly how you fix it using Cloniq's amazing features. Go ahead and close that error screen completely from your recent apps and head back into the main Cloniq dashboard. Tap on your new eFoot1 clone, and from the pop-up menu, select the Browse Files option. This is going to open up Cloniq's built-in dual pane file manager, which is honestly an absolute game changer. It allows you to explore the original game files and the clone's virtual files side by side. Pay close attention to exactly what I do here. On the left pane, tap on the folder named data parentheses, data/original parentheses. Right inside that, you will see a folder called files. Tap the three little dots next to it and select cut/move. Now, shift your attention over to the right pane, which is your clone's virtual storage. Tap on the folder named Android/data virtual parenthesis. Right inside here, you will notice there is already a small files folder generated. You need to tap its menu, select delete folder, and hit yes to remove it completely. Once it is fully deleted, simply tap the big green paste here button at the bottom of the screen. The file manager will now begin moving all the original core game data directly into the clone. Since eFootball is a pretty heavy game, this transfer process will take about a minute depending on your phone's storage speed. Just sit tight, don't close the app, don't lock your screen, and wait patiently until that progress bar reaches a full 100%. Awesome, the files have successfully moved over. Let's go back to the main Cloniq menu and open our eFoot1 clone one more time to see if our fix worked. And look at that! We instantly get the red Konami startup screen, and the game is booting up perfectly. No more download failed error. We have successfully bypassed the biggest hurdle of cloning eFootball. From this point forward, the clone acts exactly like a brand new, fresh installation of the game. Since this is a completely fresh account, you'll need to go through the standard initial setup process that every single new player goes through. First, go ahead and select your preferred language. After that, choose your country and region, which I'll set to Turkey for this account. Next, it will ask you to confirm your date of birth, and then you'll need to scroll through and accept the standard terms of use and privacy policy. Once that's all done, you get to create your brand new username for the secondary account. I'll just name mine eFoot122. After choosing your name, the game is going to require a small live update to download the latest player rosters and event data. As you can see, it's only about 52 megabytes. This is completely normal and should only take a few seconds since we already moved the massive core data files over earlier. Once the live update finishes and you load into the game, it will force you into the basic beginner tutorials. You'll just have to quickly complete the standard movement, passing, shooting, and defending drills. You can rapidly tap your screen to skip through the pop-up texts and cutscenes to save time. Now, while I go through these menus and gameplay tutorials on screen, let's talk about why having a fully functioning secondary account is so incredibly useful for eFootball players. The absolute main reason most people do this is to farm rewards, coins, and bonuses for their primary profile. For example, later in this video, I am going to use this specific clone to enter my main account's friend invitation code. By completing these simple beginner steps, claiming the initial inbox rewards, and finishing the beginner objectives on the clone, my main account gets heavily rewarded. It's the ultimate way to boost your main profile and get free eFootball coins without spending any real money in the game. Another huge benefit of cloning is having a dedicated practice account. If you want to test out a brand new manager formation, or try out completely different team playstyles without risking your main account's precious online division ranking, you can do it all right here on the clone. Plus, if there is a new epic player pack in the store, and you just want to satisfy your urge to open packs, you can quickly farm the beginner coins on this clone and spin for players without wasting your hard-earned coins on your main account. As you watch the gameplay, you'll notice it runs incredibly smoothly. I highly recommend going into the game settings on this specific clone later and lowering the graphics quality to the lowest setting and the frame rate to 30 FPS. Lowering the graphics will save your phone's battery and keep your device from overheating while running multiple apps. Alright, as you can see on screen, I have finished the basic tutorials and I'm now in the main menu. I'm heading straight to the Extras tab to select Friend Invitation. Here I am entering my main account's code to link them up. Once the code is accepted, you can check your objectives and see that both accounts will now start earning rewards as this clone progresses. Your secondary farming account is now fully functional and ready to go. But wait, the tutorial doesn't end here. It actually gets even better. What if you are a hardcore grinder and you want to run 3, 4, or even 5 separate eFootball accounts at the exact same time? Let's head back to the Cloniq app and I'll show you the real magic of this software. I'm going to tap the plus button and clone eFootball again, naming this one eFoot2. And then I'll do the exact same process to create eFoot3 and eFoot4. Now, you might be wondering, do I have to manually open the file manager and do that entire cut and paste process for the data folder every single time I make a new clone? The answer is absolutely not. Watch exactly what happens when I open eFoot2 right now. It boots straight up to the red Konami screen and goes directly to the language selection menu, without any download errors whatsoever. Cloniq has a genius built-in feature where it is smart enough to automatically share the core data files we already provided to the very first clone. It seamlessly links the data across all your future eFootball clones, saving you massive amounts of time and effort. To make managing all these multiple accounts super easy, you don't even have to open the Cloniq app every time you want to play. Just tap the 3 dots on your clones inside the Cloniq dashboard and select Create Shortcut. As you can see, I am adding a dedicated separate app icon for eFoot1, eFoot2, eFoot3, and eFoot4 right onto my Android home screen. You can organize them into a folder and jump straight into any account just like they are regular standalone applications. And finally, here's the most mind-blowing feature of this entire cloning method. You might be thinking that having 4 separate eFootball clones installed is going to absolutely destroy your phone's internal storage. eFootball is a massive game after all. Well, let's go into our Android device settings, tap on Apps, find Cloniq, and take a look at its actual storage usage. As you can clearly see right here on the screen, it's only using about 2.5 gigabytes of space in total. If you use any other standard cloning app on the market, it would physically duplicate the files every single time, multiplying the game size by 4 and eating up roughly 10 to 12 gigabytes of your precious storage space. but because Cloniq brilliantly shares the base game data across all the clones using virtual file systems, you get infinite accounts while saving massive amounts of storage. It is incredibly efficient and won't slow down your phone. So there you have it. The ultimate, fully working method to clone eFootball, successfully bypass the annoying download failed error, and run as many multiple accounts as you want. Don't forget, the link to download the Cloniq APK is down in the description. If this detailed tutorial helped you out, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the video reach more people. Subscribe to the channel for more mobile gaming tips, tricks, and tutorials. Let me know down in the comments below how many eFootball accounts you are currently running. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.